So let's begin. Today's calibration has one purpose: to end double mindedness. This is a big one. You already know that most people don't struggle because of a strategy or a lack of strategy. Most people are struggling because they have two internal commands, two identities active at the same time. One moving towards the direction of their desire, and the other trying to protect the old status quo for safety. This split is what the scripture calls being double minded. A double minded man is unstable in all his ways. And I want to point out that there's nothing wrong with man. There's nothing wrong with you or I or anybody else. We're not broken. We're not weak. No system can run two contradictory identities at once. Imagine a train with two engines facing in opposite directions, and they both try and go at the same time. The result is friction, it's hesitation, it's strain on the system, but ultimately it's no movement because you can never go in both directions at the same time. So the way that the operation is designed to work is that the identity selects the GPS location, the action expresses, that is, making progress towards the destination. If the identity is fractured, then that expression becomes chaotic and ineffective. Imagine setting a GPS location, going 10 miles, and then rerouting to home. You'd spend a lot of time and efforts, but you never actually go anywhere. In business, this chaos shows up as hesitation, overthinking, self doubt, and internal incongruence, contradiction. These are not mindset issues. This is not about thinking differently. This is about being differently. This is an identity level issue. Effectively, the problem is the old self still has what I like to call voting rights. So as long as it can vote, it will slow you down and return back to what it knows is safe. So today, the practice is going to be to remove those voting rights. We need to collapse the old identity and withdraw its jurisdiction, withdraw its influence. So again, this is not simply positive thinking, like I can do it. This is removing the structure that wants to keep you stuck where you were for safety. So this is structural identity correction, right? Once your identity becomes singular, once you become single-minded, the action becomes inevitable. David Bayer says it well: desire plus non-resistance equals desired results. Identity plus no internal incongruence equals expression of identity. Congruent behavior will now stop requiring effort. You're not fighting uphill for every step forward. So the proof naturally emerges. It's like how you do things that you already know how to do, like turn on a light, walk through a door. There's no internal friction there, so the action is natural. That is exactly how your behavior can be in business. So this is why we need to revise. Revision is the removal of the identity you are no longer willing to operate from. So you can become single-minded, identity-led, and ultimately non-negotiable. We're not negotiating with identity terrorists anymore. So here's what I want you to do. Follow this with me with full authority. I'm going to guide you through this process right now. Start by saying out loud, with conviction, I withdraw all authority from the old identity. I collapse its influence. It has no jurisdiction over me. Really feel that. It might seem a little silly. The old self wants you to think that, keep you safe. Say that again with conviction. I withdraw all authority from the old identity. You are giving a command. You're not asking permission. You are giving a command. Now I want you to step fully into your aligned identity. This is the only valid reference point. I want you to allow your system to adjust around this. And it might take a few times to come back to this because we have been habituated to the old way of being. It has a momentum to it. However, as you do this practice, the nervous system will update. The ego eventually will concede that the new self is here to stay. And I want you to say one more time, the old identity doesn't get a vote. It doesn't get to change who you are. You can experience it just like we talked about emotion. Experience it. Don't suppress it. But you withdraw the power from it. You don't get a vote here. I decide. That is your internal operator. That is your sovereignty. So here is today's declaration. I am your name, the unwavering operator whose actions reflect unchallenged inner authority. Feel how good that feels in the body, how aligned that feels, that you get to choose. Because this is who I am, today I will. What will you do? How will you be? As you complete one congruent action. Just one. We're looking for proof, not volume here. Integrate. This proves my identity because it demonstrates alignment without negotiation. As you walk confidently in the direction of your desire, you might hear the thoughts. You might hear the old self start to talk to you, but you keep walking forward. Your actions are ironclad evidence of who you are now. And I've said on the thread here, this leaves nothing for the ego to negotiate with. This is simply facts. It will try and say, but you're not safe, and you will hear it, and you will say, I am going this direction. That is today's calibration. So go ahead and fill that out. Make sure to support each other, reflect each other as that new identity. We calibrate each other each and every day, and this gives the proof to the egoic mind that the old self simply doesn't get a vote here anymore. You are sovereign, my friend. You are the operator, unwavering and unshakable. So, with that said, have a fantastic day. I will see you this evening at today's community call, and until then, stay heroic.